Noon on CIUT 89.5 FM.
Coming up next, Sheila O'Donnell talks to the band, the Saddle Tramps, and they'll be right here in the studio to perform live as well. Right now, let's hear a track off one of their cassettes. The song is called Passing Through. You're tuned to About Town on CIUT 89.5 FM.
Those were the sounds of the Saddle Tramps with Passing Through. This is Sheila O'Donnell taking you into the last half hour of About Town here on CIUT 89.5 FM. Joining me in the studio now are three members of the Saddle Tramps. I have with me here Andy Lindsay, Brian Duguay, and Sarah Harmer. Good afternoon and welcome.
Thank you.
How are you all doing this afternoon?
Pretty good.
Okay.
Good. You all recovered from your gig last night at the Horseshoe?
No.
Not really.
A little bit of sleep lost, a little bit of early work this morning, but other than that, no, fairly well.
Mm-hmm. How did that go last night?
I thought it went great. Actually, I was really impressed by it. It was a Tuesday night at the Horseshoe, and I think we got a lot of good airplay on CFNY, talking about the show. Good promotion, saying that it was no cover and stuff. So I mean, essentially, I think that's what brought a lot of people down, and they stuck around until
the end.
The end, yeah.
On a work night, my parents even.
Well, that's good to see. That's a great place to play too, because it's such a nice size. You're still kind of intimate with the audience, and right on Queen Street.
Definitely, it's a great place to play. A lot of history.
Legend.
Yeah. Well, you guys have been around as a band now for, I guess, about 5 years, since '85.
Yep.
But recently you've been getting quite a bit of attention, I guess we could say. This year you kicked off the summer concert series at Ontario Place. Quite a lot of focus on that gig, and you've been playing around Toronto quite a bit, getting a lot of good press. Do you feel right now in your careers that there's a lot of pressure on you to succeed more so than before?
There's always been a pressure just for us to quit our jobs. So
quit the day jobs?
Yeah.
Any pressure we're getting now is stuff we're putting on ourselves.
Yeah.
So we know what we're getting into.
Yeah, I think it's getting down to more of a crunch now, particularly, especially this summer. I think because we're concentrated, we're all here, we're all sort of in the area, really to push for these few months to be something of, something really concentrated, really devoted to the band in particular. And I think that,
you have to remember too that we have to keep reminding ourselves this is Toronto, and we're up against so many bands. If you look at the now listings, I don't know if it's easier for bands that are out west or I guess it's a two-sided coin, but you've really got to do a lot of work to stay afloat in Toronto, I think.
So many places to play, particularly, and so many bands. Yeah, and there's a lot of competition, or not competition particularly, but a lot of people out there. That you're
to divide the audience.
Catering to, to divide the audience, essentially.
So it is a competitive market, but it is, I suppose, the place to be in Canada, aside from Vancouver, to be playing.
It's one of the big three.
Yeah, you moved here from London, Ontario a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Well, we all lived around Toronto area, and we met in London. And actually, Sarah didn't live in London with us, but when we moved back to Toronto from London, I met up with her and asked her to join the band, and brought her out to a rehearsal, and then she didn't have a choice after that. She was
forced into it.
Sort of, yeah.
So
it wasn't really a serious thing. Well, for me initially, it was just, something.
Yeah.
It was kind of.
So you hooked up with the Saddle Tramps there in about '88, and you were just graduating from high school at that time.
I was still in grade 12. I was still in grade 12. Yeah. And I was living in Burlington, and I just had gotten home from being away traveling, and I guess we just thought of it as just sort of a, summer, maybe for me in particular, just thought of it sort of as a summer, fun thing to do, sing in a band and drink illegally in bars and being 17. Oops. Now I'm legal. It's 2 years later, but yeah, and it just played the first show at Lee's Palace, I guess, after one practice, and then it just went on from there.
One of our many shows.
At Lee's Palace. Yeah.
Well, I caught your show about a week and a half ago at Sneaky D's downtown, and really enjoyed that.
Oh,
great deal.
That was fun.
Yeah, I noticed your stage show certainly doesn't rely on any sort of theatrics. It's very delivery music, very straightforward, which is nice to see. Very refreshing.
I think it's pretty
rock and roll.
Dependent, on the sounds. I don't think we're a big image band. I don't think we. I mean, look at. I guess you can't really look at us. We're not a real.
I'd like to clear right now. There's not one stitch of spandex in the.
No smoke bombs or anything going off either.
No, not a lot of.
It's not in the budget.
I don't think we really, even recording-wise, we pretty well we can. It's bare bones sort of when we record stuff that we can produce on stage as well. We don't, bring in a lot of extras because we like to be able to produce.
Exactly.
What we can in the studio live.
Well, the track that we just heard a minute ago, Passing Through, that was from a cassette that you did produce yourselves. Is that correct?
Yeah. That's the cassette that we're sending out, the demo cassette with 4 songs.
Yeah.
And we've got an 8-song cassette that we're selling. That's our own independent release.
And that came out a couple of years ago, is that right? Mm-hmm.
Did it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Time flies.
It's been off about a year now. We still have yet to, put them into the record stores, and on consignment, that type of thing. We've just been selling them to friends and stuff.
At shows and stuff.
Selling them at shows.
Right.
But we've done some recording last summer, and this past January to put in our new cassette, which is we'll send around to record companies with our press kit, which we're now doing, which we're getting out to people and clubs.
Great.
So on. A lot of newer stuff. A lot more stuff that we've worked up in the last year.
This latest Saddle Tramps release, was this produced by yourselves intentionally so that you wouldn't have anybody else interfering artistically with what you wanted to?
Yeah, a lot of times there's we know what we want to, what kind of sound we're looking for, and what we want. And if there's some other guy in there who's got even like the slightest different idea, then that's no good.
They were compromising.
Yeah,
and we were all trained to do that. We all met in London because we were attending Fanshawe College. I don't think any of us working in a studio?
No.
But at least
that was your intention.
We got the training and we know what we want, so we know how to work around a studio. We don't really need to hire on a producer or an engineer. So, and we've played it live enough that we know what we want to do in the studio to complement the live stuff, so that we're not like going to the studio and producing something that there's no way we can reproduce live. So.
Yeah, we don't bring a lot of backup and stuff, and we don't even use a lot of double tracks or anything. We just
like the 4 songs we recorded just recently, that was all recorded live. Like
live,
everyone just
something that's like now becoming in vogue.
Yeah.
We've been doing it for a couple of years.
And it does come across on the cassette too. It really has a kind of spontaneous feel to it. It's not overproduced sounding.
Yeah, that's what we were looking for, just to get it.
And it's cheap once you do it really quick.
Cheaper. You can still get to work the next day.
Yeah, it's good to just get it all down.
Yeah. Well, speaking of doing stuff live, you guys have brought your guitars down today, and you're gonna do something live for us now in the studio. That's great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something spontaneous. Song is going to be called "Wasting It on You."
Yeah.
All right. This is the Saddle Tramps from CIUT.
Who's going to count it in?
Oh, I'll start it.
Okay.
I wish you wouldn't think of things the way you do. Listen to what I say, then tell me who's losing who. You want to know me from yesterday, but I'm not your shadow, see me fade away. You think you fool me, but I heard it in the way that you said it. You think you cooled me down, but it stayed with me, and I won't forget it. I won't forget it. I was just a bottle of magic cure, a trophy on the wall when you felt insecure. But the tables are turning now, if you know what I mean. All the perfumes of Arabia couldn't make you come out clean. Well, you think you fooled me, but I heard it in the way that you said it. You think you cooled me down, but it stayed with me, and I won't forget it. I won't forget it. I hope I find somebody new, 'cause I've got to stop living my life with you. Yet I need to find something better to do, 'cause my time is short and I'm wasting it on you. I wish you wouldn't think of me the way you do. But listen to what I say now, tell me who's losing who. My time is my
on you. I said my time is short and I'm wasting it on you. Yeah, my time is short and I'm wasting it on you.
The Saddle Tramps live from CIUT. Thanks, guys. Great. Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, thanks for doing that. I appreciate you putting you on the spot there.
Oh.
In the last minute tuning.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little different arrangement. But
Sarah, for someone who just graduated from high school a few years ago, you've got a very mature voice. How did this come about? Have you studied voice?
yeah, I studied actually. Yeah, I have. I go to Queens now, so I'm traveling back and forth into Toronto every weekend, sort of. But I'm taking vocal music at Queens as well, like classical, and I've taken it for the past, I think, 4 years.
So you're studying classical music.
I'm studying classical.
And how do you
at
apply
Queens.
that to the band?
I think it doesn't. It really doesn't. Well, it's just a lot stronger, and I don't lose my voice. You know, it's the muscle is developed a lot more, and it's not like I get really hoarse a lot. It's just because I'm working it a lot more than I would be.
So the technical aspect.
And you can apply. You can definitely.
Sure.
Yeah, definitely apply it.
Yeah.
We're not doing Janis Joplin 10, so it's not
So
screaming our lungs
not that
out.
I could, but yeah.
Not until after the drug rehabilitation program.
Andy, I noticed you didn't join in vocally this afternoon, but
Oh,
normally the two
actually-
of you do share vocal duties
Yeah,
on
except
stage.
on that song.
Except on that song, yeah. I was just reading a review that you had in Now magazine this past issue, and that's a quite a nice review. They say the dulcet tones of Sarah Harmer offered a perfect counterpoint to the folk rock inflections of Andy Lindsay. That's pretty nice
That
stuff.
was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was very cool. I think that what we were really I personally, I think we all were impressed or really liked the word unique, and I think it was a very good thing to hear, because it's really hard when you're influenced by a lot of things to derive something that's quite your own, from all your music, and I mean that was quite a boost.
Exactly.
I think.
The diverse backgrounds and
I think we all, I think we all have quite different tastes.
Well, actually, I've heard the words unique, the words fresh, all those sort of words connected with you, a number of times. So I don't think that was a
sign.
fluke. Yeah,
great.
That's definitely encouraging. You guys just got back from Buffalo about a month ago, is that right?
Yeah.
Seems like 10 years ago.
Oh, what memories of that? How
It
did
was
that?
a scene straight out of Spinal Tap, I tell you.
Brian and I were talking about that earlier. He was saying it's quite a different experience than playing in Toronto.
Nothing against Buffalo.
Well, I mean, we've
They
played
got
a really
great
good
wings.
show. We've played a great show in Buffalo.
Yeah, it just depends on the bar.
Just depends on the bar, yeah.
And the bar owner.
and the people you're playing with.
But
And the fact that the bar that we played at last time we were down there
it's probably
we were-
smaller than this control room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this room is not very big.
No, it's not very.
But the stage was set up, and we were lined up kind of like the Temptations.
Yeah.
We were all in one line.
It's kind of an angle thing. A lot of great bands have played there. It's I don't know. It's really unique. It's got flavor and stuff, but
Not much room for.
you
Moving
can't
around.
Can't move around.
Too bad you didn't
You
have
don't
any
play there and say,
choreography.
"Gee, I'd like to come back." So,
We won't mention any names
no,
or
we won't
anything.
mention what we're talking
But it's
But I hear you got some positive response down there from the other musicians as well, in particular.
Mm-hmm.
we played with a great band down there called
Pine
the
Dogs.
They've been through Toronto last year. I think they were here before too.
But yeah, very, very
Buffalo's the
hospitable.
biggest secret, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, we've played at a bar called Nietzsche's, which is a great place to play.
Toronto
Old
has
bar
rodeo,
room.
play their satellites and things.
It's a good place just over the border.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, are you planning to do any more touring in the near future?
Well,
Yeah.
this weekend.
Yeah.
Not as far south. We're actually going north. We're going up towards Guelph area, going to play Maryhill, I think.
Yeah.
Not quite sure about the details of the show, but we'll find out on Saturday night.
That's something
Yeah,
we're
a
going
little
to get into, I think, this summer and the following. We're just going to start
Touring?
trying to get around to the colleges and universities and things.
Yeah, we're getting a press kits out to them now, essentially for the coming year, coming school year. I'm going to Queens, so I got a little bit of
She has
Yeah.
responsibility.
I have.
She has the Kingston
Yeah.
responsibility.
Well, I think the university should have, take the chance to come out and see you now while they have the chance.
Yeah.
Definitely. 'Cause good band to see live, definitely.
Definitely.
Let's just talk about quickly some of your upcoming dates here. You've got June the 7th at the Island Club at Ontario Place.
Yep.
A funky place.
Where is the
It's
Island
great.
Club
It's on the
exactly?
west island of Ontario Place,
Right.
which is near the it's in the Sphere area, sort of.
It used to be the
Waterfall Show Place. They just changed the name, but it's a great outdoor place, fully licensed. It's a really nice stage. Yeah, it's really nice. It's a good place. I think we're playing 9:30 or 10.
And this will be your second time this summer already
we
playing
just
Ontario
played there.
Place
Yeah,
at
we-
the Forum.
Actually, it'll be the third.
Yeah.
The third, we just
We played there last week, was it?
we played at the Island Club
On Victoria Day.
on Victoria Day firework night,
Yep.
and we
the
also
fireworks opened for us. It was kind of neat.
Hey, that's all right. Yeah. And then the next day, the 8th of June, you're playing at the Rivoli. Mm-hmm. And after that, you've got a gig on the 14th at the Toad in the Hole. It's a little
Yep.
bar on King Street. So
yeah, it's really
that'd be
cute.
fun.
Yeah, it's a little
Yeah.
English pub.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Good.
that's one of our free-for-all nights.
It's one of those nights where you get the next day off from work because you'll be indulging in the fine liquids they have.
One of those nights.
Yeah.
Oh, it sounds like a lot of fun, and
Yeah.
there's quite a few chances to come and check you guys out over the next month. So, looking forward to that. And I want to thank you all for dropping by today.
Oh,
Thanks for having us.
yeah,
Great.
pleasure.
My guests this afternoon have been Andy Lindsay, Brian Duguay, and Sarah Harmer of the Saddle Tramps. Now we're going to hear Boomerang from CIUT 89.5 and the Saddle Tramps.
Midnights, dusty barrooms, outside full moon hangs red. Shooting pool with your best friends down at the corner of the hall. This old summer's gone, they scared older inside a ragged old town. Jails are full with rednecks and lawyers. Everybody wants it all. It's a boomerang. Should never play with fire. Boomerang, come back to you. It's a boomerang. Depends on what you will find. Boomerang, it's all up to you. Every day seems like a Sunday. Like slow, not a soul in sight. Green grass, second-hand lipstick. You're fortunate enough to be here. And I had always said it's just like a movie. Like that one with Danny Ray. This old place seems so cut and dried. It doesn't seem to be too fair. It's a boomerang. Should never play with fire. Boomerang, come back to you. It's a boomerang. And all what you'll find. Boomerang, it's all up to There's a folks with rednecks and lawyers. Everybody wants it all. It's a boomerang. She never played with fire. Boomerang. Come back to you. It's a boomerang. Depends on what you will find. Boomerang. Gone.
Boomerang, the music of the Saddle Tramps. And they're performing again next week. Is that right, Sheila? At the Ontario Place? Not the Forum this time. Where are they at this time?
They're at the Island Club next Thursday.
The Island Club. And also at the Rivoli.
The Rivoli the day after.
Oh boy!
On Friday.
So they're within close circuit to go catch, and they're a fun band. I enjoyed when I saw them before at Sneaky D's.
A lot of fun. Good band to catch live.
All right, Morris, are you going to give away those tickets? You're going to try to give away those tickets?
I'll give away those tickets. Yes.
Okay.
Charlie Kurt, he's playing with Eternal Now. June the 1st at Sneaky D's, and then Charlie Kurt, he's playing with Gravity Show and Drunken Poem June the 1st. No, wait a minute, that's the other way around. But anyway, these tickets are available. They're available to you if you call us at 595-5063. We have two of each for each of those concert dates. That's with Charlie Kurt at Sneaky D's. Give us a call. They're yours, 595-5063. Now, I'd like to thank a few people. Okay.
All right. Well, let's get to the thanking in a second.
Sure, go ahead.
I just want to mention that what's happening for tomorrow is About Town before we get off the air for all this stuff.
Right.
Tomorrow, Tom Ertz will be talking to the people of Roundup 90. They're the collaborative art group that allows you to go to the home of the artist. Sheila's covered them a few times before, and we know that can be quite a bit of fun right there. And I think you'll also have the Spear Drummers. They're on their Mystic World. That comes up on tomorrow's edition of About Town. Okay, Morris, now you may go ahead.
Okay, my thanks to Cheryl Terran of the Anif Gallery, who came in to speak with us about art and poster, which is on view at the Royal Canadian Academy of Arts. And also I'd like to thank Trevor Chambers, the Marine Program Coordinator, who talked with us about nautical news at Harbourfront.
I also want to thank Judith Miller, whose show X, The Unknown Quantity, takes place this week at the Annex Theater Space. That runs until June the 2nd. And I also want to thank Janet Johnson from Pedestrian Waltz. Their show Tending to Darkness takes place at the Arcadia Art Cooperative Building. That's at 680 Queens Quay West at the corner of Bathurst and Queens Quay. And that is on the rooftop with the background of the Toronto skyline being part of their scenery. That also runs until June 3rd. Sheila.
Yes, I'd like to thank my guests today, Andy Lindsay, Brian Duguay, and Sarah Harmer. They're from the Saddle Tramps and once again performing next Thursday the 7th at the Island Club Ontario Place and the following day at the Rivoli.
Just want to tell you some programming events taking place tonight on CIUT. Following our show and the news, you've got By All Means with Kelly Littner and Liz Armstrong. Then comes Harambe, and then Phil Vassell takes on the Wheels of Steels for 2 hours of music with Level Vibes. DB Hawks gives you the best in live recorded music with his show First Take, followed by the Urban Underground hosted with Judy Perry, and then Dave Dax fills in tonight for the Church of Green Eggs and Ham. Lots of programming available right here on CIUT. First we have the news, weather, and sports. I'm Rick Fronick.
I'm Morris Jacobs.
And I'm Sheila O'Donnell.
And our operator, who you can't hear, is Ian. Thank you very much. Stay tuned. About Town does not continue today, but it will continue tomorrow and then Friday. But the news comes up next. Have a good night.
Hi, this is Denise Jones. Join me Sundays at 6 for Caribbean Swing, where we discuss current affairs, bring